I'm Melissa Lallam, and I'm the publisher and faculty advisor to the Daily Sundial, which is the campus newspaper for Cal State Northridge. The Sundial started in February of 1957, and way back when, the students actually asked the student body to name the paper. So one of the first editions of the paper has a big question mark at top, asking the students to name it. There was no CSUN as we know it. It was Valley State College, San Fernando Valley State College. And the university was given the gift of a sundial. And if you go over by the library, you will see it. And so the students ended up naming the paper after that sundial, the Daily Sundial. It's part of the journalism department. It has not always been part of the journalism department over the years. There was a while when the Sundial was run by Student Affairs, but it was brought back to the journalism department, and it is administered through us. The Daily Sundial has been located at different places on campus over the years. I've heard stories about being in the back of an art department near Kilns. It was in Sierra Tower for a while. But of course, when the earthquake hit, everything changed on this campus, and they built Manzanita Hall with the Sundial and other student media and other programs in mind. The Sundial has really been charged with covering this campus from the get-go, and it's interesting to look back at past issues. They range in topics from the big news of the day would be the new editor of the paper, or a beauty contest winner back in the 50s and early 60s, to when you had a very active campus in the late 60s, early 70s politically. And there was a lot of protests and a lot of rallies, and they really covered the Black Student Union and their takeover of the administration building, and police making arrests of students and having to use violence against students. There's some incredible coverage of that.
That change in who this campus was, the color of this campus, from virtually an all-white campus to a campus that is seriously integrated now, that is probably at least 50% students of color, if not more. All of that you can see reflected in the student newspaper over time. The whole change in this campus, starting in about 1967-68, which was about affirmative action, bringing students of color onto the campus, supporting students of color. That was a very, very big part of the campus. And since the Sundial covered the campus, it clearly would have covered those stories as well.
This campus was a hotbed. It might look like a nice, beautiful, serene place right now, but there are times when the students really stand up for what they believe.
Journalism being journalism, the memorable ones are the painful ones. And so while I was publisher, there were 2 student suicides, public suicides by students who jumped off the tower and into what is the area behind now Jerome Richfield and Sierra South. And that was within 18 months. And it was memorable because, of course, it was a sad and horrifying story. A very creative picture for the suicide was chosen. The photographer went to the roof of the Sierra Tower where the student would have jumped from and shot a picture down, looking down. And so what you see is campus police standing around a covered something. And so what they created was, this is what this young man saw before he died.
Other really poignant moments, I think that for this campus, the 1994 Northridge earthquake was really, really devastating at the time, but you will hear incredible stories of resiliency and how the community came together, bonded, and bounced back. They were having classes in trailers and different types of structures. And for years, it's been rebuilt, and it's a beautiful place. But, a 6.6 earthquake hit this campus, and fortunately it wasn't during class time, but it really decimated it. And student housing around campus was leveled, and we lost a number of people at that time. I think there's always this pressure that is the newspaper just part of the university and being told what to publish, and it is not. The students make their own decisions, and from one semester to another, as the staffs change, their point of view might change, but I think it's pretty telling if you look back at that time that their focus was on covering the news from a very fair perspective and from a student perspective. I mean, that's what their take on the news is, how they view it as students.